So we're going to start seated. And you could sit on the edge of, the couch. You could sit on the edge of a chair. You could sit on the ground. You could lean up against your chair. And let's just take a moment to do a little bit of pranayama and just to center ourselves. So we can lengthen up through the spine. We can close down the eyes. And just taking a moment to tune into your breath. And just noticing any sounds around you. Noticing any sounds outside, and you can take your awareness from sound to sound. I know in Melbourne we've definitely got more outdoor sounds happening with people at home, like we get on Sunday. So just bring your awareness from sound to sound. And then you can bring the awareness to the sound of your breath. And just tuning into the sound of the breath in the nostrils. And then we'll take one hand onto our belly. And as we breathe in, feel the abdomen expand on the inhalation and contract on the exhalation. And just breathing into the palm and feel that nurturing of the hand on the belly. Just paying attention to the breath as the vital energy, the life force. Notice how it's flowing in the body. And then we'll let the other hand onto the heart space if it's comfortable, otherwise you could just rest the hands down on the knees. And then we breathe into the belly and up into the ribs and heart space, and a deep breath in. And as we breathe out, we soften through the chest, the heart, the ribs and the belly, and we exhale fully. So breathe into that lower hand and up into the heart space. And as we breathe out, we soften the heart, the ribs, the belly, and we exhale fully. We'll just do a few more rounds. Breathing into the belly, into the heart. And as we exhale, we soften the heart, the ribs, and the belly, and we exhale fully. And then we can release the hands now into the lap or onto the legs. Take a beautiful deep breath in. And a long deep breath out. And then when you're ready, we'll gently blink open the eyes. And softly, with a little smile form on the lips. And just welcoming in this beautiful day. We're going to interlace the hands together, press the palms up to the sky, and lengthen down into the seat bones, down into the earth, and reaching up along the spine. Take a few breaths in and out here. Beautiful. Exhale, gently lower the arms down. And let's lift up onto hands and knees. So we're going to do a little bit of cat-cow. We'll come up and just stacking the joints. And when you're ready, we'll begin to do several rounds of our cat-cow. So we can inhale, dropping the belly down, lift the seat bones, open up into the shoulders. As we exhale, round the spine, pull the belly in, tucking the tailbone under. And then inhale the opposite way. And we'll do another 7 or 8 in our own time, just feeling along the spine. And this flexing of the spine is really good for calming the nervous system. If we're feeling a bit worried or anxious or stressed, this has a really calming effect. The parasympathetic nervous system kicks in. Relaxation response in the body. And just a couple more. And then taking the knees wide, big toes together, let's sit back on our heels. And we'll stretch the arms forward, either rest on the forearms or stretch the arms all the way out in front of your body, pressing the hands into the mat, sinking the buttocks down toward the heels. Beautiful. Taking some breaths here into the lower back. Beautiful. Inhale, lifting up again onto the hands and the knees. We're going to have the knees a little bit wider and just start to do some circles. So we're just circling around from one hand to the other hand, one knee to the other knee. Just feeling into the hips. And some nice flowing movement in the body. Just let the head move comfortably. And then we can go in the opposite direction. You could do figure of 8s if you prefer. Beautiful. And then coming onto our hands and our knees again, bring the knees together and then lift the feet up off the ground. So my ankles are together, I'm just lifting the feet. And then I'm going to pivot the ankles side to side, sort of like a pendulum. And rock just gently forward and backward a little bit. And we're shortening into each side of the waist as the feet move to that side. We're shortening into one side and then the other. And it just really helps. It's really good for opening and loosening up through the lower back. So that can be quite a relaxed movement. So we can just let the legs swing gently and comfortably through the lower back. Beautiful. Lower the feet down. One last little one here. Curl the toes under and then lift the knees up off the ground. Press into the toes, hug the belly into the spine. Takes a bit of strength. We're not doing down dog, we're just seeing if we can lift the knees off the ground. It's not too strong on the wrists and the hands. And then we can lower down and sitting down on the heels, if that's comfortable for you. If it's okay, we can actually lift up, curl the toes under and sit down on the toes. Might be a little bit strong. So if it's too strong, just release the feet and sit down on the heels, or you can rest the buttocks on a bolster or cushion. There we go. Hugging the belly into the spine. Taking the arms out in front of you. Open and close the hands. Get a little stretch, warming up the hands. If you need to release the legs at any time, then you can. You can be pretty strong. And then circle the wrists, opening up the joints, getting some energy, beautiful bodies. And then the other way, really go. And then we can take the arms out, just minding each other and then bending at the elbows. If it gets too strong on the legs, you could also come up to kneeling if that's more comfortable for you, or you could release down to the heels. And then we're going to do circles. Yes, that's it, Joe. Inhale, lifting up, doing some beautiful circles with the elbows and getting that energy through the shoulders. Good. Taking a breath in as the elbows lift, and exhaling around, and then we'll go the opposite way. Inhale, lift, and exhale. A couple more. There we go. And then have a little shake with the hands. Coming up onto the knees if you're not already. Let's step the right foot forward. Doesn't have to be super high. If you wanted to, it doesn't have to be really low. If you wanted a little bit more gentle, you could be a little bit higher, even have a blanket under that knee if you needed to. Otherwise, you can take the foot a little bit wider and come into a deeper sort of lunge. And just see how that feels in your body. Press the back foot into the ground as well. Sometimes we forget about that back leg. Pressing into the ground, hugging into the hips. Imagine we're drawing the hips toward each other. And then inhale, let's reach the arms up to the sky. Lift through the heart space. And we'll hold here for a few more breaths. Well done. Let's lower the hands down. Step that right leg back, and we can either come up to down dog, or you can rest back in child and bring the buttocks to the heels. Alternatively, curl the toes under and have a little stretch back in downward facing dog. And you can press into one heel at a time, bending the opposite knee, having a beautiful stretch down through the back of the legs into the calves. Feeling into your down dog. You can press down through both feet and just holding there for a few breaths. You can do the leg raises if you want. Just feeling into your body. So you get a beautiful stretch all the way down the back and down the back of the legs. Beautiful. And you need a bit longer. If you've done one leg and you want to do the other, just give yourself that time. Otherwise, we'll lower the knees down. Bring the buttocks to the heels just to have a little stretch down into child pose. Couple of breaths here. And then we'll roll up the spine and we'll step the other foot forward. So we're going to step the left foot forward now. And come into that lunge. If you want, come into a lower lunge. Really good. Hug into the hips. So feel as though you're hugging into the hips. Press the back foot onto the ground. You can stay here with the arms, or we can reach the arms to the sky, lifting up through the heart space. Breathing here, taking a few slow breaths. And then let's lower the hands down, bring the hips back, bring that neck back. Either one more little stretching down dog, or you can have another little rest in child, even just for a few breaths. And then let's lower the knees to the ground, bring the buttocks to the heels. And then we inhale onto the hands and the knees, and we're going to do a little, we call this striking cobra. So there's two variations. So one, we bend into the elbows, we keep the elbows drawn in, the chest and the chin come all the way down to the ground, the hands are under the shoulders, and we lift into a cobra pose, strong buttocks. If that's too strong, the other gentle way is we can pull the hips back a little bit, slide the arms forward, come onto the forearms, and do a sphinx pose on the forearms. So just see how you find. I know it's a bit hard from home. Yeah, that looks good. Really good, either in Sphinx or with the hands beneath the shoulders in our cobra. And then from here we can lift back up, the hands at the other side of the ribs, and we can stretch back into a child pose. And then we're going to do that little routine. That's called a striking cobra. We can do that 4 times. So we inhale as we lift onto the hands and knees. We exhale as we bend into the elbows or slide the arms forward. I'll just make our way to the ground. Inhale, cobra or sphinx. Roll the shoulders down the back. And we can exhale as we lower, lifting up, either in child. If you want to be more active, you could do down dog there in between instead. That would be fine. Or we come back to child pose. And then we work through that again. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, lower down, chest, chin, or sphinx or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child. It's up to you, depending on how you're feeling today. And we'll go again in your own time. So if you've finished in down dog, or when you finish, if you're in down dog, just take a couple of breaths and then come into child. Otherwise, you can complete that little practice in Balasana child pose. And then we can gently roll up the spine. Circle the shoulders back. Sitting up, and then we'll make our way up to standing. So we can come up. And you can take our socks off if you've got your socks on. And come to stand into Tadasana. So the feet can be together or apart. Lift and spread through your toes. Beautiful. Just notice, Joe and Kate, if you've got enough room, especially for you guys, because there's 2 of you, to bring the arms up beside you. Otherwise, just may need to just alternate the mats. Oh, I think Kate is on the side. Okay, beautiful. All right. So we're just going to start by just doing a little sequence where we move into a forward bend. So we're going to inhale, raise the arms all the way up to the sky. Reaching up, turn the palms, exhale, and sort of do that. You sort of like a swan dive. We come all the way down. You can slide the hands down the legs. Bend the knees nice and deep. Release the head all the way to the ground. Take the weight in the legs now as we roll up the spine. And just let the arms dangle down, hug into the belly, up through the pelvic floor. As we very slowly roll all the way up. As the head lifts and the shoulders open, we do that again. We inhale, we reach up, palms together, then we turn the palms, we exhale, we slowly come down. The legs start to work here. We press the feet into the ground, thighs are working, the hands can slide down. They start straight, the legs, and then they bend as the body comes down. We take the weight into the legs, the arms can be heavy. And we roll up, pressing the feet into the ground. And then as the head and shoulders lift, we inhale. We're just going to do that 2 more times. And we exhale forward. The hands can slide down the legs. Let the body be really heavy. Hug into the belly as we lift up. And then we'll do our last one. Exhale forward when you're ready. Rolling up and inhale. We can sweep the hands up one more time. And then we can exhale the hands into the heart. Beautiful. And then we'll release the arms down. So we're going to do a little bit of warrior 2 pose. So let's take the legs wide. Depending on how you've got your mat, you can either take the legs wide or be stepping the left foot back. So we have the right foot forward. in our warrior two pose. And we're going to bend into that knee, taking the arms out along the line of the mat, opening through the heart space, and then finding the breath here. Well done. So depending on how you're feeling today, if you're a little bit tired, you can ease off a bit. If you're feeling a bit stronger, you can deepen into that a little further. Make the legs a little more active, and we'll hold for a few more breaths. Well done. And then let's take the forearm to the thigh and stretch that arm over and past Bakkanasana. Beautiful. And we're reaching down that left side of the body. Very good. Inhale, come back into warrior two, and then we'll lower that back arm, raise the front palm, and lift it toward the sky. But if it's comfortable for you, you can do a very gentle back bend. Well done. Coming all the way back into warrior two. Let's release the arms down. We can heel toe the feet in. If you're facing me, you can just turn to the other side, or you can walk the feet in, stepping that left foot forward, right foot back. And we'll do the other side when you're ready. So we'll bend into that knee, open the arms out. You can always do your Ujjayi breathing for a little bit of energy, that victorious breath, that little bit of a constriction in the glottis, the throat, to create that sort of light, heavy breathing sound. So find the breath here. Focus the gaze on a point. Really good. And then inhale, and we transition into past Bakkanasana. The forearm to the thigh, other arm coming over. Well done. Inhale back into warrior two, and then we come into our Nata Virabhadrasana, which is the dancing warrior version. And we reach up through that arm. Well done. And then coming all up, straighten the legs. Exhale, lower the arms down. Turn the toes in, keep the legs wide. Lift the arches of the feet, hands to the hips. Inhale, lift through the spine. Exhale into a forward bend. So the hands can come anywhere down the legs, or you can reach the fingertips to the floor. See how you go, lifting the arches of the feet. Well done. And then we're pressing the thigh bones back a little bit. You can let the head relax down there, Joe. Yep, beautiful. And then take a few more breaths here. Inhale, lifting the head out. Just see how you go with the legs. It's going to be quite strong, but we're going to walk the hands over toward the right foot. Might not come all the way to the leg, or it could be onto the shin. We're reaching down that leg, and then we're going to take the hands over to the other side. And then walk the hands back to center. And either we come up with a straight spine, or we bend the knees and curl up, but we walk the feet in first. So if you're feeling strong, hug up through the pelvic floor, strong legs, hands to the hips, and come all the way up. Or you could heel toe the feet in. Well done. Really good. And then bring the feet in now. Have a little shake. One leg, the other leg. Shake out through the feet and the hands. Good. Then coming to stand into Tadasana. Let's bring our hands into the heart in prayer position. Taking a moment here just to steady the breath. Lengthening up through the crown of the head. Blinking open the eyes. Bring the arms back, and let's do chair. So we'll bend the knees and reach the arms forward or up a little bit here. Just see how you go. Hug into the legs. Well done. Tuning into the breath. Good work. Inhale, lift. Exhale, floating the arms down. Do that one more time. Reach the arms back, bending the knees, arms coming forward or lifting up through the arms. We're going to hold for 5 or 6 breaths now. Almost there. Inhale. My legs really felt that. Exhale. Release the arms down. Have a little shake. Shake into the legs. Great. We're going to do a standing balancing pose before we come down onto the ground. And we're going to do a dancer pose. So if you, just because we've been doing a few little cobras and that are really good for working with our dancer pose as well. If you want to use the edge of your couch or the wall, feel free to. So just position yourself near that. And we'll work through the stages. So we're going to start with the right leg. So focusing on a point, we're going to begin. The first stage is bringing just the heel in toward the buttock. And that might be enough. And you can have the hand on your chair or on the wall. Or we raise the left arm up, take the thumb and index finger together. And this is our stalk pose. And we can stay here or we transition into dancer. So we press the foot into the hand behind us and start to lift the thigh back. The heart lifts, and then we can drop the elbow a little bit, turn the palm to face upward. And the chest can come forward a little bit into our Natrajasana dancer. There's me up looking around. Got to keep the gaze really focused. And steady. And if you come out of it, don't worry. Sometimes it's that balance with how much we push with that back leg, how much we lengthen the heart forward. And slowly come out. Well done. Have a little shake. And then when you're ready, we'll do the other side. So we'll bend the left knee, taking hold of the foot. Right hand could be to the support, or we could raise that arm up. Well done. And you could stay here or pressing that foot back, coming into dancer, Natrajasana, tuning into the breath. Stay in it for another 4 or 5 breaths. I'm just coming out so I can see how you guys are going. Well done. Really good. And we want to try to keep that hip from lifting. Sometimes here we want to lift the knee. So try to hug that knee in and extending it back. Very good. And then we can gently bring that leg, the arm back down. Shake. Really good. Well done. Fantastic. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Beautiful breath in. Exhale, let's fold forward. Let's do a little forward bend here. The thick knee hip width apart. We can take hold of opposite elbows. We can soften the knees. Dancer pose is a back bend as well. So this just really helps to counter pose with the back and to lengthen the spine. And we'll hold for a few more breaths. And then let's release the arms, bend the knees, roll up. Okay. We're going to come onto our tummies. And if you've got a hard surface under your mat, you can always take a blanket down under your pelvis. Just across the middle of your mat. So we'll come down and we're going to start doing a more restorative little practice. It's really nice for the hips and the lower back. We're going to start by taking that left knee out at about a 90-degree angle, and it can relax, the foot can relax. And then we lie down on our tummies. The arms, if it's comfortable to, come out to the side at shoulder height. And we can either look toward that knee and that leg, that left leg, if you've, or depending on whichever leg you've got out, taking the head that way, or if it's comfortable, you can extend it the opposite way, just depending on how you feel through the hips. So the gentler version is toward the bent leg with the head, or if you feel like the chest can rest on the ground comfortably and evenly, you can turn to look over the other shoulder. And then taking a moment just to feel into the earth, feel the ground and the support beneath your body. And just letting the pelvis soften. If you feel it in your back, it feels too strong with me, you can always move a little lower. It doesn't have to be at 90 degrees, it could be 70, 80 degrees. And then we'll just keep the awareness just nice and quiet and the body relaxed as we move to the other side. So some people just like to slide that leg in and slide the other leg out. Also, others prefer to bring the arms in for support. So whatever feels more comfortable for you. And then we take that other leg out to the side, relax into your pelvis, your whole body relaxing down. And breathing deeply here, taking some beautiful breaths. And we're going to hold here for another 5 or 6 breaths. I'll be back in a moment. I've just got a little human at the door. So just breathing in and out here. Let's take a couple more long, slow breaths here. And then we can slide that leg gently back in. And we can bring the arms down beside the body. We're going to do a little bit of Salanvasana next, which is locust pose. So when you're ready, we're going to just start by doing the legs only. So we bring the palms of the hands under the thighs. So we sort of rock to the side a little bit, pull one arm in, and then the other side, so that the thumbs are either touching, or some people like to sort of lock the thumbs together. And then looking down, you can either rest, some people like to rest the chin on the ground or lift the head a little bit. And then we're going to lift the right leg up, just the right leg nice and high, lift up through the thigh. We're pressing down into the forearms, using our back muscles to lift the leg. We're going to hold here for a few more breaths. And then let's lower your leg down. And then we'll do the other side, left leg lifting. And breathing here. Well done. And then stretching out along the leg. And then we can release the left leg down, and we can release the arms from beneath the body. Just turn the head to the side for a moment so you can relax. So the next one we'll do is lift the head, the arms and the legs. So we're going to raise the arms beside the body, the hands will face each other, the legs will lift, the heart will lift, squeeze into the buttocks and squeeze into the back muscles, lifting the thighs, lifting the arms in Salanvasana. If we can hold a little bit longer, well done. Really good. And then relax the body down and just turn the head to the opposite side. And relax the whole body. Beautiful. And we'll do one more. When you're ready, we're going to lift the arms, lift the legs. Engage the buttocks, the back muscles. Strong body. Lift and hold and tune into the breath. And relaxing down. Good work. Release the breath out of the body. And then bring your hands either side of the ribs, lifting up and stretch back into child pose. So the buttocks can come to the heels. You can always take a blanket between the heels and the buttocks. And the forearms can rest on the ground, or you could bring the arms around the body, or you could make fists. Resting one hand on top of the other fist. And your forehead onto your hands. We're going to stay here for several rounds of breath. So just breathing in and out, relaxing, checking in with yourself here. And slowly roll up the spine. Beautiful. I'm going to take the legs out in front of us now. And you can have, if you've got a belt or something you can use from home, a scarf or a dressing gown cord is really good. Anything like that you can use in a moment. Otherwise, we can make do without it too. But we'll start with a spine twist. So we don't need it straight away. So if you've got someone grabbing you something, they've got time. We're going to take the legs out in front of us. And then we'll bend the right knee. And we'll bring the right knee across the opposite thigh. So just take the foot across the leg. And this straight leg is nice and strong, so it's nice and active. We're twisting around to our right, so we can hug that leg in, or we can reach the elbow across the thigh. The right arm's reaching behind us. We're pressing down into the ground, behind the spine. We're inhaling as we lengthen, and we're exhaling as we gently twist. And just closing down the eyes. Breathing into the body. Long, slow breaths in and out. And then slowly coming back to center, releasing the arms, releasing the legs. Good, we'll do the other side, bringing the other foot across the thigh, hugging that leg in or reaching the elbow across, pressing that left hand down into the ground behind you, lengthening the spine. Inhale as you find length, exhaling as you twist. Slowly coming back to center and releasing the legs. Good work. So if you've got a belt, grab that. If you haven't got one, don't worry. And we'll bend the right knee and bring our foot to our thigh. And if you've got a belt or scarf or something you can use, just take it across the left toe. Beautiful. If you haven't got a belt, you can just, when we do this, reach anywhere down the leg or onto the ground. That's fine. Oh yeah, that'll work. Good. Improvising at home, that's great. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale as we gently bend forward. Tucking the chin in a little bit. As we inhale, find length. As we exhale, soften down. We're going to hold here for 5 or 6 breaths. Just following the breath in and out of the nostrils. And we can inhale, lift up through the body. We're going to keep the right knee bent. We're just going to take that leg out to the side. And wherever you get there, it's fine. And then the foot, that right foot's coming into the groin. The left leg is coming out to the side. So my right knee is still bent. Just as wide as comfortable. And then we're going to, you can keep the belt there if you want as we do a side stretch, or you can just slide the hand down the leg. Otherwise, we lift up and we exhale over to the side. Oh, gorgeous little puppy. So cute. You guys can't see it, probably. Well, Helen and Di won't be able to see it, but gorgeous little puppy dog with Joe and Katie. So cute. Couple more breaths, and wag your tail. Oh, there's another one. 2. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, floating that arm down. And then we'll release that leg. So then we'll be straightening the right leg and the left leg will be bent. And we'll bring our foot into the thigh. And then we'll take our belt across that foot. Or you could lengthen the spine and just reach anywhere down the leg. Otherwise, taking hold of the belt. Inhale, lengthen from the base of the spine. Exhale, closing down the eyes. And then tuning into the breath. Just following the long in and out breaths. And then inhale, let's gently lift all the way up. Keeping our left leg bent, we're going to take the right leg out to the side, or however you take it out. And it can be wherever's comfortable. Just bringing the other foot into the groin, the other leg out to the side. You want to use your belt across the foot. That can help. And then we hold that. So the body line is The chest is then opening out, so we can bring that arm out. And as we come over to the side, we're keeping the heart lifting rather than turning toward the leg. And then we're reaching with that arm and we're holding here. Taking some beautiful breaths. Stretching along that left side of the body. And then inhale, coming all the way up. And we can release that belt. And then we're going to bring both feet in, coming into butterfly, Baddha. And just do a little bit of a hip opener here. So get a little bit of movement up and down with the legs. Relaxing into the hips and the pelvis. And then we can take hold of the feet. And we can gently bend not sure if you lost me for a second there. I'm back. And I'm here. So we're just doing that little bit of a forward bend here. And then gently lifting back up. We can bring the legs in, stretch the legs out. Just have a little shake into the legs, into the hands. Relaxing for a moment here. And then we've got time to do a little bit of a inversion before we do our meditation today. So you're very welcome to take your legs up the wall, or you could, I know some of you have a couch there behind you, so you could turn around and just take the legs straight up on the couch, bring the, get nice and close, or if you've got a bolster, you've got a bolster there, Joey, you can bring the buttocks up onto the bolster and just take the legs straight up into the sky, or the legs up the wall is a good alternative as well. Beautiful. Ah, fantastic. And taking some lovely breaths here and relaxing your body. You might start to cool down a little bit, especially if you're in Melbourne. It's been very cold. You can pop on a blanket or socks or warm layers. And then we'll be connecting into the breath, taking some beautiful breaths in and out here. And just feeling that weight of the legs down into the pelvis. And bringing the awareness to the breath of the nostrils. Into the space between the eyebrows. Behind the closed eyes we call Chitakasha. So once you feel ready to move into Shavasana, you can make your way there. Or if you're comfortably against the wall and you have that support, then you're very welcome to stay there. Otherwise, we'll lie down in Shavasana. And we're going to do today, we did this meditation yesterday, but we're doing a slightly different version today as well, which is our Metta meditation, which is a loving kindness meditation. And with the loving kindness meditation, it helps us to sort of cultivate the feelings of compassion and loving kindness for all beings. So I'm going to guide you through a relaxation, and if you wanted to, you could stay in that relaxation for the Metta meditation, or you could make your way up into a seated position. So feel free to continue in Shavasana, or come up to a seated position for the meditation. You're feeling the weight of your body sinking down into the ground. Giving yourself permission to relax fully. Notice if you're holding any tension in your body, and breathing that tension away. You can scan your body from the top of your head, relaxing all of your muscles, all of the cells and fibers, the joints and bones and organs in the body. You can start with the head and relax the face muscles. And relax the eyebrows and the muscles around the eyes. And the nose and cheeks. And the upper jaw and the lower jaw and the tongue. And the chin and the cheeks and the ears relax. And feel the neck and shoulders relax. And the upper arms down to the elbows, down to the hands, the fingers. Relaxing each of the fingers one by one. Relaxing down your back, the upper back, middle back and lower back. And relaxing the front of the body, the heart space, the rib cage and the belly. And relaxing the thighs and knees, the calves and ankles. And relaxing your feet, the soles of the feet, and each of the toes one by one. And relaxing your whole body. Feeling your whole body relax into the ground. And as you relax your whole body, allow your awareness to rest on the natural breathing process. And follow the breath of the nostrils, or on the gentle rise and fall of the belly. And softly and consciously being aware of the breathing process. So we'll begin our loving kindness meditation in a moment. If you're comfortable where you are, you can remain lying in Shavasana. Or feel free, if you're rested enough, to make your way into a seated position. So with our loving kindness meditation, we always begin with ourselves first and sending compassion for ourselves, because compassion for others begins with kindness to ourselves. And we can't extend compassion to others if we can't be compassionate with our own mind. And then we expand that loving kindness outward to loved ones and strangers and even people that we may not like very much too. So we can bring our awareness into the heart space. And just start by breathing into the heart. And as we say each phrase in our minds, we imagine breathing warmth and compassion into our heart space. And breathing the warmth and compassion toward ourselves. And feeling that compassion permeate throughout our whole body. So you can say to yourself with feeling, may I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be free from suffering. And as you send loving kindness to yourself, you can always add your own phrases that you might like to use in combination with the ones that I recited. Some examples are, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be safe from inner and outer harm. May I be well in body and mind. May I walk in peace. And now that we've received loving kindness, we can extend these warm wishes toward a friend or a loved one. This time you're picturing your loved one and sending all your love and warmth to that person. That person and you are alike, and just like you, that person wishes to have a good and happy and healthy life. So imagine them in your mind and recite the following phrases of metta. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. And you can repeat this in your mind or send other phrases of loving kindness or words to your loved one. And now we bring to mind an acquaintance or someone that you don't know very well. And we don't have any particular feeling towards this person. It could be someone who serves you your chai or your coffee. It could be a neighbour or someone you see walking your dog. And you and this person are alike in your wish to have a good life. So we send our wishes for well-being to that person, sending warmth and compassion from our heart space. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. And now it's time to direct loving kindness towards someone that we have conflict with. Might be someone we find difficult to agree with or get along with. And our wish is that they might too be filled with loving kindness and peace. It can take practice. But just do it in whatever way or capacity you can. So picture this person in your mind, and we'll send loving kindness to them too. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. Just feeling the loving kindness in your heart space, growing stronger and brighter as we give out this metta meditation, loving kindness to others. And then finally, we send loving kindness to all beings everywhere. So this is humans, but also animals and the environment, all living things. So you can repeat the following phrases of metta and just sending out loving kindness, compassion, a wish of peace to all beings. May all beings everywhere be happy. May all beings everywhere be peaceful. May all beings everywhere be safe. May all beings everywhere be free from suffering. As our awareness rests on our loved ones and all beings, and we're sending loving kindness to them. Take a moment to bring that loving kindness back toward ourselves one more time. And take a moment to feel the energy of this beautiful day. And notice how you feel. And it's an interesting time sometimes when there's a bit of uncertainty in the world and fear. It can tend to divide us, and we can direct our frustration on others that we may not understand. It's just a really good time to just check in with ourselves and just sit within ourselves and keep our hearts open and loving. When you're ready, if you're lying down, you might like to slowly stretch out. If you're seated, you may like to relax the body a little bit or slowly get a little bit of movement into your body. And then we can gently and slowly make our way up into a seated position, just keeping your eyes closed. And we can take the hands, if you wanted to, on the heart. We could just rest one hand across the other. This is a really nurturing thing to do as well. If we feel anxious or stressed or having any worries, it's a really good way to hold space for ourselves and to nurture and just sort of support ourselves by bringing the hands onto the heart. And I invite you to join me in completing the practice today by chanting 3 Oms followed by the Om Shanti Peace mantra. So when you're ready, we'll breathe in. Om. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat, peace, peace, peace. And we'll just bring the palms together at the heart, just for a moment of gratitude, reflection or prayer, and to integrate the energy of our practice into everyday life. And thank you so much for joining me this morning. And I hope you all have a really beautiful day. The sun's shining down here now, which is very nice. It's been cold. Yesterday morning was 1 degree when I got up in Frankston. Let me just take it off my screen because then